How about that? We're going to roll with this as the Monday meal prep and grocery haul. So, yo, so I picked these groceries up yesterday, a little after 8 p.m. And so I probably won't do that again because y'all, they weren't ready. They weren't ready. They sent me the, notification from Walmart for curbside pickup that my grocery order was ready and waiting. I initiated the thing saying that I'm on my way, and I'm like literally not even 5 minutes from the grocery store. So got over there, and then there was the wait. There was nobody else in curbside pickup except for me. Yet they were not ready for me, and it was pitch black dark out there, so I didn't like that either, because y'all know Kendi K is a woman of a particular age. I'm 50 and fabulous, but Kendi K cannot see in the dark, okay? And I did not have my glasses on. So I was like, what was I thinking? You know how you get that feeling? You're like, what on earth was I thinking? Hey there, Jeffrey W. Good morning, friend. Good morning. Thank y'all for joining me. Wasn't sure who was going to be available for this a pop-up. It's kind of a pop-up. And so, yeah, so I picked up the groceries in the dark. Didn't like that, even though it was well lit, by my Walmart. Well lit, but I just didn't like driving down in the dark or anything like that. So I did capture though some footage from the neighbors because I only see their Halloween decor in the daylight hours. So to see it at night, I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe they put up all this stuff and that all of it is lit up at night like this. Y'all, y'all. Because once it gets first dark, Kendi K is headed towards the house or already in the house, right? Right, that part. So picked up the grocery order, and I even then, y'all, like on the little numbered signs where you pull up and you put in your what stall you're in, and I was the only one there now. I was the only one there, so I don't know what they were saying, y'all. Folk will tell you anything. So I ended up in it because I waited like quite a few minutes, and I'm like, well, there's nobody else here, and I'm like, well, did they shut it down or something, and I didn't know, or something that I'm supposed to pick up tomorrow? Anyway, so I started just overthinking everything. Welcome in, friends. Welcome. Good morning, Claire, the missing link. Good morning, Jeffrey W. Good morning, Fabby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm looking at all of these things. And then so I said, well, let me just go ahead and call the number on the little sign. So I called the number on the little sign. The gentleman picked up right away. So I'm like, so what are you in there doing if you're not in there bringing out my groceries? And he was like, yes, ma'am. We got caught up in another order. And I'm like, what other order? Because I'm right here. I'm the only person out here, friend. So anyway, so it probably took about another 4 or 5 minutes still to bring the grocery order out. So I don't know what was going on. So y'all, by the time I got in, and the boy wasn't here, so I didn't have him to bring the stuff in the house because I probably would have had him pick the grocery order up. But y'all, I'm not used to the boy being here. So all of those things, like, so I have to put him in as an alternate person and all that good stuff. But anyway, friends, so I digress. By the time I lugged these groceries in the house at the end of the day, because hashtag tired. By the time I lugged these groceries in the house from the garage, and I put them all up here so that I could do the grocery haul, which I was kind of gonna do night as a Kendi K after dark. Kendi K was down. That's what I'm trying to say. Hey, Rhonda, there are my friends. Y'all welcome in, friends. I'm super excited. Hey, Rhonda in Alabama country. Y'all 10 out of 10. Kendi K highly recommends. Y'all, I forgot. But I'm supposed to be talking over here about grocery haul, but I just had to say that. Y'all, Rhonda is my dear friend in Alabama country. Yes, yes. She's a southern lady. She's a southern lady. Okay? So just know that, but baby. She does some things over there on her channel, and she's got beautiful, if you're into the nature of the ASMR vibe, and she's got the general over there. And how is General doing, by the way, Rhonda? Gemini Divas in the building. Yes, bringing these groceries in, y'all, is a lot. And you know what I remember too? I have a little wagon that I use just for pulling the groceries in from the garage. Y'all, because it can be a lot, because Kendi K does mostly monthly grocery hauls, okay? Even when it was just me. But now that it's me plus a full grown man, that is my boy, he's in college. But anyway, it's a lot. It's a lot of groceries now. Okay, it's a lot, and plus I do monthly grocery haul, so it ends up being a lot. Fabby, thank you, friend. Thank you, Fabby, and thank you for being a member of Kendi K's crew. I appreciate that too, dear heart. Welcome in, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm saying all that to say this. So all of this has been sitting up here since last night because Kendi K understood that Kendi K's energy was down, 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 and all Kendi K could do is go in there, wash my face, brush my teeth, put on my jammies, and get in that bed. Y'all, that's all I could do. Welcome in, Mrs. G, your favorite auntie. Hey, Heartily Happy. Heartily Happy, I like Miss G, your favorite auntie. I like that better than Heartily Happy, but you know, I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. I just love saying Mrs. G, your favorite auntie, because Kendi K is 50 and fabulous, and so I feel like I have reached official auntie status myself. Hey. Yeah, I'm just okay, y'all go ahead and boot Roger Lee out of here, because first of all, we're not gonna shame people who receive federal benefits as an American. We're not gonna shame people like that. But go ahead and boot Roger Lee. Go ahead and delete him on out of this live stream, because Kendi K works a full-time job. But even if I didn't, okay, we're not going to shame people, proud Americans just like you and I, who might receive federal benefits. Okay, so we don't do that over here. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for handling that quick, fast, and in a hurry. Yeah. Rhonda, last night when I got these groceries in the house, my energy was down, 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 down. Yes. And so I just said, you know what? I'm going to leave that stuff right there where it sits, and I'm going to try it again in the morning. So, first of all, y'all have to excuse me. Let me put some lotion on my hands. So here we go. Here we go. Well, here we go. Well, come on. Come on. Well, here we go. Here we go. Come on. Come on. So first of all, these little nerds gummy clusters, drop in the chat if you've had them. Y'all feel free to share your channel link. Nightbot is still on because you know I didn't handle that. But anyway, yeah, feel free to share out your channel links and collaborate and grow. Friends, so y'all, here goes some stuff right here. I'm gonna show y'all everything that I purchased though, so don't worry, no worries here. Everything that Kendi K purchased in this grocery haul. I'm gonna have to keep moving the camera around because there's a lot of things here. And don't forget to remind me to get the stuff out of the refrigerator that was refrigerated. Okay, so this is what I bought, and this is like for my November, because it's like literally the end of October, and I didn't do a lot of grocery shopping in October because you know Kendi K went to Hawaii for the birthday, and then I turned around last week and went on a 5-day cruise for the birthday, for the big 50 and fabulous birthday, right? So, hey there, Renee. How you doing, friend? Thank y'all for joining me. But baby, so these Nerds gummy clusters, if you've had these Nerds gummy clusters, friends, if you have not had them, be careful, because I dare say that they are addictive. These Nerds gummy clusters in the pink bag, which is the rainbow, and the very berry, y'all, they're addictive. So be very careful if you try them. But Kendi K must, and I mean must, give them a 10 out of 10. Kendi K highly recommends, okay? So I first tried the Nerds gummy clusters when my mom was here. Y'all, when was that? September? I think it was the beginning of September when my mom came for her visit. And friends, I was like, ooh, because it's been a long time since I purchased candy. So I was like, ooh, thank you for the gift. Heartily happy. I appreciate you, friend. Okay, what's wrong with this laptop? I was trying to bring up my other device so I could see what y'all are saying here. I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, so I could only see a few of your comments, but I do see Heartily Happy. My favorite auntie gave me a gift. Y'all check out Heartily Happy. Mrs. G in these YouTube streets to us, y'all. She's trying to get to 1K, and we know what that's like. So let's give her a big boost. 10 out of 10. Kenny K highly recommends, because Kenny K has been over there on the red carpet, she calls it. Hey, Jen. I know, Jen, there is nothing low calorie about these Nerds gummy clusters. It is full-fledged sweet candy, okay? But you have to know there's a story here. Kim K is a candy freak, okay? So it was very odd that I picked up the Nerds gummy clusters in the first place. But baby, when I did, I knew I shouldn't, y'all, because as I've heard two people use this phrase now. I heard Faith Marie Unscripted use this phrasing, and I also heard, oh my goodness, Melinda GTV also uses this phrase. But I'm not talking about pain. I'm not talking about Fabuloso Cleaner concoctions. These Nerds gummy clusters have Candy K in a chokehold. For real, okay? For real. So I felt like I had to buy them one more time, and for the last time, okay? So I'm confessing this. This is an intervention on my own behalf, okay? I must confess to y'all that this is for the last time, because I'm saying that to y'all now, that this is the last time I'm buying these Nerds gummy clusters. But baby, okay, you find them now everywhere, and they are not even cheap. They are not even cheap, and they now sell them in the family size because they're so delicious. So be careful if you try them. But Kenny K must give them a 10 out of 10 because they've had me in a chokehold. And this is my favorite. So these can sit up here on the counter. The pink ones, the rainbow flavored, they're delicious. But baby, these right here, this very berry, they on the next level. They are next level for sure. So it's the very berry for me. And it is gummy. It's like gummy on the inside, crusty nerds on the outside. Y'all, it's a party in your mouth. That's all I can say. It's a party in your mouth. It's something children would eat. But I will tell you, when I was on the cruise, I had some of these out snacking on them. Do you know that 2 different adults said, "Oh my gosh, aren't those things delicious?" Y'all, Jen, yes. So be careful with these, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. But 10 out of 10, Kenny K highly recommends these Nerds gummy clusters, especially the very berry. And y'all, so you started seeing them everywhere. And do you know that? So I mostly fly Delta Airlines. Why? Because Sky Miles points, and if you stick to the same points, then you increase your airline status anyway, and get discounts. That's what I'm about. Anyway, so why these things are so delicious that they are the featured snack on Delta Airlines. But Nerds gummy clusters. I knew then. I had to just throw my head back and just giggle to myself on the plane. They are the featured snack. So on my way to Hawaii, they were offering this as a featured snack. And when I went on the cruise last week, featured snack. Okay, you are right. Sugar is addictive, just like nicotine. So this is my last batch, but I just had to say that. And so I don't know. Is it sacrilegious to have the Nerds gummy clusters next to the Quest 18-gram protein bars? I shouldn't be doing that. Hey there, Liliana, Nuestra Familia, 10 out of 10. Kitty K highly recommends. So I'm gonna put these away. You might see them on the counter. But that's it. That's my last batch. And I also picked up some more vinyl gloves. I use those vinyl gloves, y'all, when I put them in the car, between my console seats, in the center console. And when I, have to pump gas, or, so I put some in the car. I leave some in the garage. Kenny K uses a lot of vinyl gloves. I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know that. So I needed some more vinyl gloves, and that is the Equate brand from Kroger. Of course, I needed some more Kenny K's favorite Crystal Louisiana hot sauce out of Louisiana. I bought some spaghetti, friends, because you heard me talk about my Aunt Betty, and God saw fit to bring her home. And so I'm going to do some food for my extended family, for my family. I shouldn't say extended, for my family. Um, but one thing I know for sure, that the Bible tells us, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So I know that my Aunt Betty is with the Lord. Amen. Amen. No more pain. And I know that she's resting with her mother and her sister. Amen. Amen. So we're gonna miss her on this side, but she's in the best place ever. Okay. So I gotta do some spaghetti. I believe that I'm gonna go ahead and do some dressing as well, just to make sure the family has plenty of food. So, of course, I had to get some Kodiak oats because I came back home and the boy had eaten up all of my high protein Kodiak oats. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all, I'm not able to see all of your comments. Let me see if I can get in here now. So, I apologize that I'm not reading everyone's comments and responding to them one by one. Let me just get in here and see if I can see you all. So I also needed to re-up on my tuna packets because they were gone as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I purchased, well, maybe I only purchased 5, or maybe it was supposed to be 6. So I always buy this Great Value, the ranch tuna packets, because it is a whopping 16 grams of protein in those. And if I'm not going to eat much, but I feel like I need to always eat, I'm pushing a high protein, low carbs, high fiber diet with a registered dietitian's support. So she has taught me just add some protein. So it can be like some grilled chicken. And if I don't feel like cooking anything though, if I'm gonna make myself a salad, I'm just gonna drop one of these puppies on there. And I actually prefer the Great Value brand in ranch versus Starkist tuna flavor. What does anybody else buy these tuna packets? Sometimes y'all, I'll just eat the tuna packet for a snack. Oh, fried spaghetti. Wait a minute now. Y'all might be teaching me something that I can do that would be something different for the family to eat this week. Let me go in here. Why can't I get in here? What is going on, Kitty K? Okay, I'm in here now, y'all. Have you ever tried to fry leftover spaghetti in a little butter to heat it up? Okay. Because I have pasta sauce that I made before I went on the cruise and was in the freezer. So I am using leftover pasta sauce. So this spaghetti should be pretty much fire. But you all know I made my spaghetti with spaghetti squash. So that's why I had to get some spaghetti noodles. Because, oh, now Jen, that does sound delicious. Anything in butter is going to be delicious, right? Yes. Okay, Jen buys the unflavored tuna packets. I buy the unflavored too. Yep. Yep. Okay, y'all are teaching me your talents. So I'm probably going to turn this spaghetti into some baked spaghetti and, put it in a foil pan for, and take that out there to my family today in between me working. So that's what we're going to do on that, and probably make a little dressing. But So I'm gonna make some chicken and dressing, y'all, using boneless, skinless chicken thighs. So y'all check me out later this afternoon. And if I don't do I know I'm gonna do the baked spaghetti, and I might just do the dressing. I'm gonna do some dressing as well. So y'all, to help me get this dressing done, I went ahead and bought some Jiffy corn muffin mix. So let me tell y'all, you want to be getting on over there and going ahead. This is like my big November shop now. What I'm showing you now is my big November shop, and I'll have to do a shop at Costco or either Sam's Club. It'll probably be Sam's Club for November. Kitty K is going on getting her stuff, okay? Because, we've got Thanksgiving coming up this month, literally weeks away. So keep that in mind. But the Jiffy, I said all that to say this. Walmart has their Jiffy corn muffin mix for 50 cents, okay? So they've lowered the price just in time for Thanksgiving, but we don't know how long it's going to be at 50 cents. So I went ahead and got all the Jiffy corn muffin mix. And now I'm going to show you how to, because some people say, oh, I don't use Jiffy corn muffin mix when I make cornbread dressing. Well, you don't know how to make cornbread dressing then, because I'm telling you, you can all the time, 100% of the time, use Jiffy corn muffin mix to make cornbread dressing. But Kenny K has to show you how to do it, and then it won't be sweet at all. Nobody wants sweet dressing. No, you're right. Dressing is savory, and I'll show you how to convert, baby, okay? Especially for my family for this moment as we grieve the loss of our dear Aunt Betty. Yes, so I'm going to be showing y'all that. So you going to get Candy K's dressing. Y'all, I be channeling my mama with that dressing now. That dressing is I'm just going to say. So I'll show you how to make dressing this week, if not even today. Poor man's lasagna. Yep. So I am going to turn my spaghetti into some baked spaghetti because I already have the sauce and it was frozen. So to bring that back out. Yes, now Jen, I have done that with the frozen raviolis. Oh my goodness. Yes, that is in fact good. So friends, so I had to get some Listerine for travel. I travel for work and for play. So I needed some more Listerine. And I just carried 2 or 3 bottles of this. And I just needed another. Because sometimes the bottles, I don't know, y'all, this bottle looked like it's been through the ringer. No, it says 8/2027. Okay. So I just use these little small bottles of Listerine. And I have huge bottles in the bathroom, and I just refill them. But sometimes you just gotta buy another one. So I did. And I bought some fire roasted tomatoes from Contadina because they were on sale. I'm being lazy, y'all. I bought some fire roasted diced tomatoes because they were on sale. And then I purchased all of, oh yeah, I'm just getting an email from Norwegian Cruise Line asking for me to do their survey. I sure will. But what they don't know is I'm also going to be giving some videos on Norwegian Cruise Lines because my first time trying Norwegian Cruise Lines. Me and my family, we are Royal Caribbean people. So it's my first time trying that cruise line. So, and then I just bought more fire roasted tomatoes. These were on sale. And you know how you do your substitutions in case they're out of something. So I bought fire roasted tomatoes. And then y'all, I always buy, because it's soup season, it is getting ready for the cold. So I am stocking the pantry up. So you will see this anytime I go to Walmart now. You're going to see me buying 6, 8 cans of diced tomatoes. It's the only vegetable product that I have in a can because I am very sensitive to salt and keeping my blood pressure in check. So anything canned has lots of sodium in it. So I always get all my other vegetables either fresh is best or frozen. And I only buy tomato products in the can. So I have fire roasted tomatoes. And then I always buy these, y'all. See, it says picked and packed on the same day. I love to see that. But these are diced tomatoes with onion, celery, and green bell pepper. Y'all, that's the Trinity. That's the Trinity. So, baby, whatever you cook with that is going to already be on the good foot. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Fire roasted tomatoes, they're not spicy. Well, it has a little bit of spice in them, okay? But not too much. That's about as far as I'm gonna go, okay? Yeah, they have a little bit of spice to them. So these are fire roasted with green chilies Um, so I'll be doing some dishes with that. They're okay though. They I know what you're saying, Claire, but no, they're not spicy like that. No, they're not. No, I like spice, but spice doesn't like me. It's that 50-year-old gut health. And that's what you're going to get from the smoky. You're going to get more of a smokiness. Thank you for sharing that word. It's a good word to use, Rhonda. Is you get more of a smokiness from the fire roasted tomatoes versus a spice. Okay, you get more of a smokiness, is what I would tell you. So I picked up all of these, and I even bought some Great Value little cans, little 8-ounce cans, which is 1 cup of tomato sauce. So I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Y'all, this impeccable season was on sale from McCormick. It's the McCormick brand. So I purchased that, and I wish I could remember how much I paid for it, but it was on sale. So pick it up. I'm trying that out, and it is not a low sodium product. I will tell you that. It's not low sodium. So it has, this is how you know it's not low sodium, because the first ingredient is sea salt. Sea salt, garlic, smoked paprika, turmeric, onion, and paprika. So it's called an impeccable chicken topping seasoning. So I just picked that up because it was on sale. I also bought some no salt added rotel, and now you know why Candy K specifically selected the no salt added, because I picked up some more Great Value parsley flakes because they're always $1. And y'all, I went ahead because I did check the pantry, because when I knew I wanted to fix some chicken and dressing for my family so that they would have, wouldn't have to worry about things to eat this week. I went ahead and picked up my fresh bottles of poultry seasoning because I didn't have any here at this house. I didn't have any. So Great Value will do it too. You could spend, McCormick brand was $4 and something. And these were $2.17. Okay. And the McCormick poultry seasoning and sage, that's what you need. And I already had some, because I came over here and looked. I checked my spices now. And these spices are really, they're good to go. Used by date of August 2028. So they're good and fresh. And y'all, I just went ahead and got that stuff now because, you mess around and you won't even have your stuff, and then you won't even be able to get it. You know how you're trying to get that last stuff for Thanksgiving. And y'all, we haven't even decided what we're doing for Thanksgiving. Are you having a big dinner? Are you just staying close at home? I know that for me and my house, we haven't really decided yet. Yeah, Jen, I do know that sea salt is better than regular iodized table salt. Okay. But again, I'm just really sensitive to salt. So when I use this impeccable chicken seasoning, and whatever is the first ingredient, that's where it has the most abundance of. So this is leading with sea salt. So I know that it has a lot of salt in that seasoning. So I probably won't use other salt when I make a dish and try that seasoning out. Yes. Yes, we know Gemini Diva is a seasoning type of lady herself. She makes her own. She mixes up her own seasoning. That's one of her videos. I remember watching that. Jen, I know. Christmas, for some reason I'm okay at Thanksgiving, but my father passed, and so Christmas is tough for me. Yeah, Christmas is really tough for me. I know exactly that feeling, and yeah, I know, honey. It is rough. It is rough. Yeah. Spices don't necessarily go bad. Now you can get bugs in your spices, okay? You can get bugs in your spices. But what happens with age, so if your spices are out of date, and it's a use by date, not an expiration date. But when they go beyond that, and I'm talking like 6 months to a year beyond that, you want to check the bottom of it and see if you see little bugs in them, because sometimes they will get bugs in them if they've been opened. But I already, so these are the spices that I will use for dressing: sage, poultry seasoning, and celery salt. And I use fresh celery and onion in my dressing. But what will happen when you go beyond the use by date is that it'll lose its potency. Y'all can't talk this morning either. No coffee and very little water. I need to hydrate too. It'll lose its potency. Yeah, so you'll have to use a little bit more than you would normally use, right? Yeah, yeah. That's the only difference. Don't so I wouldn't throw the spices out unless you see bugs in them, right? And so if you look closely and you say, is that a bug? And if it's if it's way out of date, if it's 6 months older than the use by date or a year older than the use by date, because sometimes your spices and things just get pushed back to the back of your wherever you keep your spices. So you just have to, if you think, is that a bug, then just go ahead and throw it away. Assume it's a bug in there. Is what I would tell you. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good idea, Rhonda. In Alabama country, we should put the spices in the freezer. Yes, you're telling me something. Because once I haven't decided what I'm doing yet for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. But I knew anyway it goes, there's going to be some dressing prepared at my house for Thanksgiving, even if we go out over to family and friends and do visiting for Thanksgiving. I haven't decided anything really because it was all about Kenny K and Kenny K's 50th birthday over here. Yeah, I'm supposed to be putting these groceries up as we talk this morning, but Kenny K is just y'all. I'm literally sitting here in the chair talking with y'all. That's what I'm doing. But we are sharing good tips for friends, right? Okay. Yeah. Holidays are what you make them. Yes. Now I love decorating for the holidays, and y'all don't tell anybody, but I haven't put up not one thing for fall. So I need to get it together, don't I? I can't find the box or the tub. I can't find it. All of that stuff is somewhere, and I can't find it. So, Jen, I'm so sorry for your loss, friend. You'll be in my prayers. Okay. So I also, if you know Candy K at all, Candy K and her allergies. But can I tell you this? That that salt water on the East Coast, down in Florida, and down in the Caribbean, in the Bahamas, what worked well with my allergy issues. So I feel like I just need to be a water baby, and I need to move to Hawaii on the West Coast, or I need to, no, because when I'm in Washington, Oregon, my allergies are kicked up too. So, but it was something about Hawaii, y'all. It was something about Hawaii when I was in Hawaii earlier this month, and then something about being down in the Caribbean last week for my cruise, y'all. Oh yes, yes. I did. Did I dice? No, I diced up apples and onions last week on meal prep Monday on a Thursday. That was so funny, y'all. I labeled the live stream Fabby Meal Prep Monday, but it was a Thursday. And I really, like, literally, I thought it was a Monday and it was a Thursday. I'm like, indicate, girl, yeah, you need a vacation. Anyway, so I always buy the 4-pack of Kleenex. And I really need to check prices again because I used to buy like I think a 12-pack from Costco or Sam's Club of Kleenex tissues. But I think one of them might have been Costco only started selling puffs in the multi-pack. And yeah, I use so many Kleenex that I have to be really careful around my nose because it just gets irritated. So I have to use those ultra soft. They work well for me. Hey, Desi, how you doing, Desi? Desi, did I miss talking to you this morning? Y'all, moderators, would you please welcome friends in? Y'all know how Kenny K is. Yeah, I'm literally supposed to be putting up these groceries into the pantry, but I'm not doing that. I bought some pecans because I'm probably going to do some desserts for the family as well. So I bought pecans to go in brownies. The boy wants some brownies too. I'm trying to be nice. So I'm gonna do my brownies. But he doesn't know though they're gonna be made with applesauce. E for low fat brownies. I bought some crackers for the pantry. And y'all, what I'm seeing that I'm missing, and apparently they might have been out, was I bought some Ritz crackers. And I bought just some saltines just for the pantry because that's another one of my tips for making good dressing is you got to have different textures in that cornbread dressing, not just the cornbread. So that's why I needed to buy some crackers. Do y'all know that crackers are expensive too? I don't mind the Great Value brand crackers, saltine crackers, because if you buy whatever name brand crackers, y'all, those crackers are $4. Yes. Yes, yes. So I use applesauce in my brownies, and people love them. I don't even tell them until after they've eaten them that they were made with applesauce to cut the fat. Yes. I bought some Rice Krispies because I'm trying to be nice. And I'm going to do some Rice Krispie treats. So I bought marshmallows as well. So y'all, over here is all of the stuff for desserts. So I bought some marshmallows and Rice Krispies for Rice Krispie treats. And I bought this 4-pack of cream of chicken soup. It was on sale. So I wish, y'all, I can't remember. It's on sale though, with the 4-pack of Campbell's cream of chicken soup. Because it's not just soup time, it's casserole time. And I want to try Mary's life journey. I want to try her chicken pot pie. She made a quick and easy chicken pot pie. And I said, ooh, I might try that. Okay, Jen says that what's just as good? What are we talking about? We're talking about the soup. And then let me show you what I bought in the refrigerator as far as perishable items in the refrigerator. So I bought some Great Value peaches and heavy syrup. Did y'all see that? I bought Great Value peaches and heavy syrup. Thank you all for the gifts. Several people have sent me gifts. So let me go back and find out who sent me gifts, because I might have missed some people. So I bought Great Value peaches in heavy syrup, because this is for dessert making. So you know it's going down. Peach cobbler is going down. And I always buy the name brand Pillsbury pie crust. Kitty Kate highly recommends 10 out of 10 Pillsbury pie crust. And I'm going to use these to make the peach cobbler. For the family. For my family. And then I bought some fresh celery. So I'm going to dice it up very small for the dressing. And I have frozen onions already diced, because I diced frozen onions last week. So I'll use my own frozen onions out of, but I don't know why I didn't buy any more. I should have just bought some fresh ones. But I have some fresh ones because I diced them last week. Or maybe, yeah. I don't know, that would have been the week before that. But anyway, I've got them in the freezer. Diced onions. That's what I'm going to put. Diced onions and diced celery. Fresh diced onions and fresh diced celery into the dressing. Okay. So friends, yeah, the Kodiak oats, 10 out of 10, highly recommend, because they already, when you make them, half a cup is 10 grams of protein, but you can get it up to 18 grams of protein by adding milk. Let me check my, using milk instead of water. When you substitute milk instead of the water in a half a cup, you boost that to 16 grams of protein or 18 grams of protein in a half a cup serving. Yeah. So let me thank the people who gave me gifts today. And thank you. Let's shout out the members of Kenny K's crew. Harjareen Annette. Hey, friend. Heartily Happy is a member of Kenny K's crew. Good morning, friend. Good morning. Good morning. Fabi and the family. Good morning to you, my dear. Claire, the missing link, is a member of Kendi K's crew. Hi there, Hope. Hola. Gemini Diva 79, thank you for being a member of Kendi K's crew. And there's Mary's Life Journey. Mary's Life Journey. I bought some cream of chicken soup so that I could try out your chicken pot pie. But now that I think about it, I didn't get the flaky biscuits. Okay. Kendi K. Yeah, but I'll pick up some. I can quickly run in the store and grab me a can of those flaky biscuits. I like Mary's Life Journey's recipe. Y'all check her out because it didn't have a whole bunch of steps to it. I wasn't making pie crust for chicken pot pie, and I wasn't rolling it out, or I didn't have to buy it. So my pie crust, I bought 2 boxes, and y'all. So that's what I wanted to tell you and show you. That's why I just showed you the Pillsbury pie crust. It wasn't for chicken pot pie because I'm gonna use flaky biscuits. And I'm gonna do Mary Life's Journey's recipe for chicken pot pie. But I bought my pie crust for peach cobbler for my family. And they're on sale. Y'all, they are $2 less. So you get a 2-pack of Pillsbury pie crust. You get 2 pie crusts in a package. And they're normally $4 and some change. Y'all, they are $2 and like 75 cents. So run. And my boxes are nice and fresh. They're good through January. So they are nice and fresh. So run to Walmart and get that stuff. See, y'all, in another week or so, that stuff will be sold out. And I prefer, okay, as someone who bakes, and y'all know one thing I can bake is a cobbler. And so the Pillsbury Bake Up is so much nicer than Great Value. You know I'm a Great Value girl. Look at everything I've got Great Value brand in this grocery order. But that Pillsbury, so yeah, you can get those and they're on sale. So pick up your Pillsbury pie crust. Pick them up now so that you get them while they're in stock. This is part of my big November grocery haul. I bought some quart-size storage bags, and I know I asked for a slider, but this is what they gave me. Yeah, I don't sweat the small stuff anymore. They're fine. They're fine. And then I needed some more of the half-gallon. These are half-gallon freezer slider. I always get the freezer because it's a thicker plastic. And I think I've showed y'all everything that I picked up at the grocery store. Mostly everything. Yeah, I think I showed you everything, friends. So, yeah, I was supposed to be putting these groceries up as I talked with y'all. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll put it up through the day. Most of it is all pantry fruit. So this is like a pantry restock pretty much for me. Because the only thing I bought fresh was celery. I do still have to go to Sam's Club. I'm gonna check my meats. I've been buying meats. So I know in October I don't think I bought any meat because I've been eating out of the freezer. That's what we've been doing over here. Yeah, Claire, I agree with you. Claire says some items you just need the name brand. And Pillsbury pie crust for me, they bake up so much prettier and golden brown versus burning, and they puff up just like you want them. Oh, okay, will do, Mary. Will do. Thank you. See, that's collaboration. See, that's why I rock and roll with Mary's Life Journey. Yes, because I will tell you, I'm super pleased with on fall soups. I don't know. Was that a better one when I had it up high like this? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was supposed to be putting up these groceries while I talked, but I didn't do that. Ooh, Gemini Diva. You know what? When I went in that Walgreens to get my flu shot, I was picking up my prescription, and then I said, you know what? I'm getting ready to go to Hawaii, and I'm getting ready to go on a cruise. let me go ahead and make sure I get my flu shot. And when I was picking up in the drive-through at Walgreens, the lady asked me, who, gave me my prescription through the window, she asked me, had I had my flu shot yet? And I said, no. And she said, well, you can pop inside, you can park, and we will give you your flu shot. And do you know that they did? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I went right in there and I just tootled around the store, and I couldn't believe all the things that Walgreens had. It's been a while since I went in the store. Normally I just picked up prescriptions at Walgreens, to tell you the truth. But Gemini Diva says they always have spices on sale. Thank you for the tip. Thank you for the pro tip. No, Mary. Mary's having car trouble. Ooh, when your car is down, you just feel down bad. Hey there, Norman. Thank you for the birthday, love, Norman. Thank you, friend. Yeah, but I went ahead and got my flu shot. And y'all, but I will tell you, the doctor has suggested, in fact, I had to see a specialist. I don't know what type of specialist it was. I can't think of it because I haven't had coffee. But they recommended to me that I probably am going to have to do some micro dosing of like even a flu shot. And I'm I'm not going to do another COVID shot at this moment. But ever since I had the first dose of the first COVID shot years ago, I have started having allergic reactions when I do any of my vaccines at this point. Yeah. And by the grace of God, I did not have to go to urgent care and get, you know, the shot in my butt to make me not have the allergic reaction, whatever they give you for that. But I did have the same allergic reaction that I always have. So yeah, that first COVID shot gave me an allergic reaction, and now it makes me react to all vaccines. So yeah, so I probably won't be stopping in the Walgreens again, but I highly recommend it. And I had to check the box that I don't have allergic reactions when I know that I do. But anyway, so yeah, they said that I'm gonna have to start microdosing even my flu shot, which means it's just gonna take me in the office and give me, and you know how a flu shot is a very small prick in a very small dose, but my body just reacts to it, and it has ever since I got the COVID shot, the very first dose of COVID shot, where I had to end up in the urgent care. And so I've had to end up in the urgent care twice since then, just even with flu vaccines, but not this time. But I did still have an allergic reaction, so I just doubled down on a whole bunch of Benadryl when I got home, but I still reacted. So I'll let the doctor know that. And so they said microdosing. They're just gonna give it to me like in every 15 or 20 minutes. Give me another little bit of it, another little bit of it, and then that'll be done. And then make sure I don't have a huge reaction. Yeah. And there's something about eggs, even though I can eat eggs, no problem. But something about the eggs or something. Who knows? The specialists know. Mmm. Yeah. Yeah. I work in the public sector though, and I travel a lot. So I kind of have to weigh the pros and cons. So yeah, I'll tell you, when I go in the grocery store, that's why I use curbside pickup. But when I do go venture into the grocery store, like I will venture into Sam's Club, and I will go because I'm where my family is a plus member. So I will go when there's far less people in the store when they first open. I don't know if you noticed that about me. Whenever I go into Sam's Club, I always go when they first open, and when they're open only to plus members. And I always have my mask on. Yep, yep. And traveling, when I'm on these airplanes, masked up. Yep, yep, yep. But truth be told, I was doing that before COVID. I sure was before the pandemic. I was always messed up on planes because people are sick. I've been sick and then had to travel back home on a plane. Yes, so I would wear masks for my public health and everyone else's. Yeah. Yeah, so many friends have come through here, friends. We're gonna this train just keeps on rolling. because my work day on the West Coast, y'all, officially starts at the top of the hour. So, y'all know I've been on vacay, so yeah, I gotta get it going. Yes, if y'all know what we know for sure is that COVID is airborne, and even like the flu and stuff, it's because you're walking in nasty air, okay, and touching surfaces that people have been sick on, and all that good stuff. Norman, I lost my aunt. My aunt Betty passed, and I've been attending the prayer group. There's a prayer group at, is it between 4:30 and 5:30? Yeah, I think it's between 4:30 and 5:30 in the morning. There's a led by Just Danielle. And I know that I asked for special prayer for her. And God answered our prayers. He brought her, he called her on home. He called my Aunt Betty on home. And but you know, death is hard. Death is hard. And she, again, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. And so surely, and if anybody made it, and if anybody made it, surely she did. I know that she is resting with the Lord. Y'all know that song? I am bound, she is bound for Mount Zion, way out on a hill. She's bound for Mount Zion, way out on a hill. She's bound for Mount Zion, way out on a hill. And if anybody made it, surely she did. I know she did. I know that she is resting with the Father. She is resting with her mother. And she is resting with her sister. Yes. She is resting. My Aunt Betty and my Auntie T. Lane, they lost their mother as children. And now they're all together with the Lord. Amen. 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 So I am fixing food for my family because I was not here when my aunt passed. So I just want to support my family at this moment so that they can rest. Yeah. So that they can rest. My voice is fading. Can you all hear me? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna get some water and get my water going for the day and hydrate because I've got a long day of meetings, and that's something about going on vacation. You gotta come back at some point, right? So I'm gonna get things going here on this side. I appreciate y'all for joining me. This is Kendi K all day. And it's, oh, hey, Xander. Xander was in here. Did I see Xander? I don't know if I saw Xander or not. I feel like I missed all the friends. Heartily Happy gave me some jewels. Thank you. Heartily Happy. Hi there, Debbie Sue. I hope I called your name this morning, Simply Debbie Sue. Thank you, friend. Thank you for being you. So I'm going to go in with my Care Bear cup. It's supposed to be a 20-ounce cup. You know what, too? I'm going to take my family all this stuff out of my freezer because I do not need this. My mama bought these. Remember when me and my mom went to the grocery store? She bought these apple pies, and we were supposed to try them because I said, oh, I'll buy them so that we can do a review on them. But she wanted them, and we didn't even eat that stuff, y'all. I don't eat these calories, but these are frozen. It's an individual apple pie. I'm going to take these to the family. Somebody will eat them. And my mom bought this Bluebell butter pecan ice cream, too. So I'm going to take that, get that stuff out of my house. So I'm going to make peach cobbler for my family. I'm going to make some chicken and dressing, and I know I'm making some baked spaghetti. I want to thank you all for rocking and riding with me in these YouTube streets. Kendy K is back. Thank you all for joining me for Shop Talk yesterday. Check out that great episode. I had 2 co-hosts. Check out that episode from yesterday, the Sunday Sunrise edition of Shop Talk. And we're doing our 40th episode of Shop Talk this week, so I've got to think of something special to mark the occasion. Y'all, let me get a little water in me. Yeah, baked spaghetti, you just kind of do it as a casserole. I'll put it in one of those foil pans with the lid on it for easy transport. And I had frozen spaghetti sauce, so I took it out and put it in the refrigerator last night, so it's good to go. And I made my spaghetti before I went on my cruise with spaghetti squash in lieu of spaghetti noodles. So I did buy spaghetti noodles, and I'm using the rest of the spaghetti sauce to make a pan of baked spaghetti and put cheese over the top. I call that baked spaghetti. Nobody's ever turned it down. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I did, Mary. We have death in the family, though, so I am going to do some chicken and dressing this week as well. So celery salt I already had, but I did go ahead and get my sage and poultry seasoning. Great Value brand works just fine, and this is good and fresh. It's good through 2028, so I'm good to go on that. And I also picked up this impeccable chicken topping from McCormick. It was on sale. And I'm using Jiffy cornbread mix I'm showing people how to convert that. So, because I have to make dressing this week. And y'all, I looked in the pantry and I did, y'all, because I looked for the cranberry sauce. I was trying to go ahead and get my cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving too. And to go with the dressing that I'm making for my family this week, the chicken and dressing. And they were out of Ocean Spray cranberry sauce. Completely out. Whole berry and jellied. They were completely out. But I looked in my pantry and I did have and won't God take care of you? God knows my heart, knows I'm trying to fix some chicken and dressing for my family for this week, just to make sure that they don't have to worry about food. So chicken and dressing is a good comfort food when you're suffered a loss. At least I feel like it is. Oh, yeah, and this is good through 8/14/26. And I know I bought this at Aldi's. I believe. Don't quote me on that. And I even have some whole berries. If you want to do some fancy cranberry sauce, I might show y'all how to do that. Probably I'll do it at Thanksgiving. How to use the whole berry cranberry sauce and make it fancy. But, you know, we love that. We love that jelly cranberry sauce. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, friends, I got to come down from this place because Kendy K is a working lady today. Vacation is over. Y'all, thank y'all. And I'll put up the groceries because we were just chit-chatting. I'll put up the groceries during the workday. Get me up and moving. Goodbye for now. Thank y'all for locking in. Thank you for the 16 likes. I appreciate each of you. Goodbye for now.